Something to consider when purchasing real estate is the property transfer tax. But what is it, and how much does it cost? When you purchase or gain interest in a property in British Columbia that's registered at the Land Title Office, you have to pay a property transfer tax, unless you qualify for an exemption. I'm Tyrell Boak, a realtor in the Okanagan, and on this channel I give you real estate market updates and answer your real estate questions. The property transfer tax is calculated on the fair market value of the property on the date the transfer occurs. And in most cases that I deal with, that's the price on the possession date that a buyer gets their new home. The general calculation for property transfer tax is 1% of the fair market value up to and including $200,000, 2% of the fair market value greater than $200,000 up to and including $2 million, and 3% of the fair market value greater than $2 million. Plus, there's a further 2% on any value greater than $3 million. The British Columbia Real Estate Association has a great calculator on their website that you can use for general information purposes. For example, if you purchased a home at the current benchmark price of about $1 million, your property transfer tax would amount to about $18,000. And if you're lucky enough to spend, let's say, $2 million on your next home, the transfer tax would be $38,000. But let's say you're looking at a condo for $400 that's close to work and your favorite restaurant downtown. On a $400,000 purchase price, you would pay $6,000. Keep in mind that this is on top of any down payment that you're making and any other fees that you might incur, like moving expenses or lawyer fees. As with any situation involving taxes though, I do recommend you speak to a lawyer and accounting professional, but this should give you a general guideline on how property transfer taxes work. Now, what about those exceptions that I mentioned earlier? There's two of them that I'd really like to point out. First, if you're purchasing your first home and you're a first-time buyer, you may qualify to eliminate all of the property transfer tax or a portion of it. If it's your principal residence and it has a fair market value under $500,000, you could qualify for an exemption for the full amount of the tax. The second exemption applies to newly built homes, where there's a full exemption up to $750,000, and if the purchase price is between $750,000 and $800,000, there is a partial exemption if you qualify. Your legal professional completing the legal land transfer will apply for these exemptions on the property transfer tax form and advise you on how much of an exemption you qualify for. These are the basics of the property transfer tax calculation in British Columbia, and remember to check out the calculator on the BC REA website, which I will link below. If you found any value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe so other people like you can see this video too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.